Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It is episode 14. It's the Christmas bash.
Yes.
Some of us maybe a tad more fruity than others.
Oh, scrum. Oh, ye faith.
How we doing? Pete, how you, mate?
Yeah, I'm good actually. I had a weekend in Paris to watch Quinn's Racing. I was there.
Oh, mate, hold that for later.
Right,
that looked incredible. The pictures you sent were fantastic.
Yeah, it was quite a stadium.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah, really.
Quite an evening.
Yeah.
I hear.
Duncan,
yes.
how you, mate? You refreshed from the under 11s coaches evening?
Oh yeah, that was great. We had our under 11 coaches Christmas function dinner on Friday night. It got a bit messy. 14 of us. We drank all of their chocolate block. We drank all of their Barolo.
Yeah.
We had a good night. So much so that when most of us went to 63rd and 1st afterwards, Mick must have taken the alleyways because I didn't even see him. He disappeared.
May have been my third Christmas night in a row.
Smoke bomb.
Was struggling somewhat by then. Blissy, how you?
The weekend hadn't even arrived. I'm doing fantastically right now. So we sit here in the Sneds Annex, beers and wines in hand, jerk chicken in the oven, and I simply cannot wait.
Isn't it good
to step into Christmas?
It's good. So we're sitting around here. Isn't it lovely? We've got different sorts of stands with us today, so we're all sitting down in couches rather than kind of leaning forward. I can see Podfather Steed sat with a tea towel over his shoulder in the corner like he's just been on MasterChef.
Yeah, he's putting on Sned spread in the kitchen in the Sneds Annex.
Brilliant. And producer Mark's in there nursing Guinness. How's the back, producer Mark? Give me a thumbs up, thumbs middle, thumbs up, thumbs middle.
It is a thumbs up, everyone. Mark's back is back. We're back.
Hey. We're back, baby.
I've got some extra Voltarens if you want. They use a thumb for that too.
Guinness will do for now.
So there's the rough with the smooth today, guys. It's happiness and sadness in one. Happiness, obviously, we're surging towards Christmas. In fact, in 9 days' time, we'll be surging towards summer as we pass the solstice. But also, it's the last pod of the year.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, fortunately, we all got each other prezzies.
Oh,
we did do that.
We might dive into that shortly.
Right, yeah.
That'll be good. So we've got.
You have to sit on my lap though.
Yeah, you can keep the present. Keep the present. Not interested, thanks.
You're on the same couch as me, Pete.
Yeah, that's even more worrying.
So isn't this nice? We're well lubricated, myself in particular, having just jumped off the train from my work do. And it's about 8 o'clock on a Tuesday evening. Thank you, Podfather Sneed, for having us to the Sanex. We've got a lovely wee show lined up for you. We've got some club legends that we're going to speak to. We've got a bit of a secret Santa. There's going to be some jerk chicken, and then there's going to be a bit of a super mega hard quiz at the end. I spoke to Mr.
Super mega hard Christmas quiz, jingle jingle.
There we go. Spoke to the biltong father himself, Mr. Pollock, today. Got some interesting stuff.
Mr. William R. Tong himself
in the bag. All right,
Esquire.
Yeah. Everyone happy?
QC.
Casey now.
Casey.
So we're firmly into. Last week there was a tinge of I'm not quite ready for Christmas, but I think I think everyone's. Are we in?
Oh yeah.
I think we're in.
I'm all in.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Brilliant. Shall we jump on to our first guest?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say no.
Oh, okay. Class. Listen. In any given rugby club, there is always 1, 2, 3 volunteers in the background who probably move between the shadows, but without whom the entire club wouldn't function, right? And actually not just for this club, but for obviously every other club that we play. And I don't want to know the number of phone calls that this next guy has to make every weekend, the number of hundreds of fixtures throughout the year, the thousands of square pegs in the thousands of round holes. But we're going to welcome Mr. Meltz.
Yes, Meltz. There he is. Nobody can run up to a ruck and just put their hand on it and stand next to it, quite like Chris Meltz.
How are you, Meltz?
I'm very good, thanks, Mick. How are you doing?
Mate, we're great. Where are you in the world right now?
I'm just at home in wet old Woking, taking time out between finding props to play for the Vets on Friday evening and backs to play for the Twos on Saturday.
Ah, yes. And a few horrid little boys to play for the under-22s next week, I'm sure.
Definitely those, yeah.
Give us a sense of this challenge then, Milks.
Okay, so this weekend in particular, we're looking to put 3 teams out over the course of the weekend. The Vets playing Friday night. The ones have their league match against Reeds on Saturday, and we seem to have enough numbers to get a Twos together. And they're now playing Old Georgians Twos at home on Saturday. So 3 teams out over the weekend, which is an incredible achievement. I know it's only Tuesday, and there's a lot of things can change between now and kickoff. But if we can make this work, it's incredible. Certainly considering the current rugby climate with lack of availability and lack of opposition. So if we can achieve this, it'll be fantastic.
Yeah, Chris,
certainly
it's Pete.
would.
Hello. Welcome to the pod.
Hello, Pete. Thank you very much.
What were you like as a player? How would you describe your playing style, Chris?
Great.
Whoa. Merry Christmas.
Mr. F-bomb.
Well, I didn't get into rugby until late. Really, I'd played a handful of games prior to going to university and thought, I'll give this rugby thing a go, and fell more into the rugby lifestyle as opposed to the overall enjoyment and ability of being able to play. Slotted in as a prop, very little training or very little coaching rather, and little training as time went on. And I joined Cobham post uni, came down, and the then captain John Moxon, our current treasurer, thought, here's a prop that can run around a bit, which was true considering the other props, but I certainly couldn't scrummage, and that was found out in the first league game. A 22-year-old against an absolute beast of an oppo, who didn't care that I could potentially run around a bit. So I've propped up until my last game was September last year. I'm not saying I've retired, but who knows? Tackling has always been optional for me. Carrying the ball has always been optional as well. But you can. As a prop though, we're always needed. So as scrums and lineouts and pretty much appalling on-field banter has been my
Well, I hear the Vets need a prop for Friday, Melts.
That's exactly.
What a great opportunity.
Two questions, Melts. One, how long after somebody meets somebody that might be able to play rugby do you know them? And there have been lots of cancellations this season. A bit of a theme. What are your colleagues in other clubs seeing? What are the other fixtures secretaries saying?
To take your first question, if I meet someone that maybe got a little bit of interest in playing, I'll certainly pursue that. Give them the opportunity to do that at Cobham because there's no better place to play. So I'm fairly persistent on that, and it's the rugby network is pretty wide. It takes a lot to get removed from my address book. So I'll keep trying to recruit and get the numbers out. And this season, probably post COVID, really, there has been more of a challenge. I think with a year and a half of non-contact rugby activity, players maybe took the view of enjoying not hurting, enjoying the opportunity to do other things, and therefore I think the sport has lost a lot of participation over the COVID period. So let's probably sort of 6 years ago, we were regularly 3 teams week in, week out with a Vets team periodically. And now we're striving for 2 teams week out with a Vets team, sort of 1 in 3, 1 in 4. And I think at the moment, if we can do that, then that's a great achievement because there's lots of other clubs, gone the same way, who traditionally had more teams out than they could. So it's a numbers game at the moment.
Right.
I'm going to say it melts. Cobham is, as we know, obviously the best rugby club in the world, maybe the universe. But
Yes, he may.
yeah. But no one is admittedly perfect. Even though we strive for perfection but achieve excellence. If there was one thing that you could improve with Cobham, what would it be?
Oh, great question.
And-
Jesus.
Yeah, and
Don't sugarcoat it, Mel. Tell us what you really feel.
Yeah.
Oh well.
don't say
Well,
a new tight head for the ones, or we'll cut you off.
Or is it Mick? Please pick up the phone when I call you.
Everyone answering their
maybe-
fucking phone.
Maybe a new senior chairman. No, maybe.
That's you, isn't it?
Sorry, that's me, by the way. What would it's things that are outside the clubs. Our biggest challenge is getting players like yourself, Luke, to whilst we're not that far from the Clapham bubble, as it were, which is where our senior players gravitate to post uni. It's not the best train link, Cobham Station, which isn't called Cobham Station, is still a mile and a half away, and not the great line. So accessibility, as much as Cobham's a great area, the cost of housing around there isn't fantastic to us to attract 20 to 30-year-old players, which is understandable. So that's not necessarily obviously something I could change as a club, and I might have to think harder about that. But that's the sort of challenges.
Yeah. No, the run to and from Clapham area to Cobham on the A3 and back again on a Wednesday evening.
Yeah.
Is it's a link that we're improving, but that we're faced with on the regular.
But the challenge with that is even post match, on a Saturday, whilst you want to encourage guys to stay around and so on, it's then an added challenge to get back into town, or it's a club that people have to predominantly drive to.
Just there was a game. I think it was a Twos game a few months ago where I just couldn't make it work because I had all three kids melts. And I thought, do you know what? Actually, it's on the AGP. They can sit kind of just outside the wire, and someone in the club will either look after them or they can sit in the clubhouse. And do you know, it worked. And I think so. I'm looking at people my sort of age who've got kids, which isn't Pete, but it's more like Duncan.
So you're looking at Duncan.
I'm looking at Duncan. I'm looking at Sneddy as well. I'd see him. Yeah. I just thought, if there's anyone that's listening that is, I've got the guys, I'm really sorry, I can't make it on Saturday because I've got the kids. I'd say, huzzah, bring them along, because actually it's a really nice place to bring the kids. They can run around and we can give them to Gemma in the bar and she can look after them.
I think you're absolutely right. I used to bring my kids down when they were young. Yeah. But they always found their way home again, which is a bit disappointing at times.
But did you leave them at the club and just went to the runner or something?
Test of initiative is the way I looked at it.
Brilliant. Mate, let's give us an insight into Christmas in the Melton household.
This year, staying around. Last year was a trip up to Scotland, up to the in-laws, which was a nice change. But this year staying around Surrey.
Are all the other 27 Melts brothers going to come visit? And is it going to be a fancy dress party? Because I fully expect you to have a fancy dress party.
No. Only one Melton brother. And that's it. And yeah, very, very sedate. I save fancy dress for big occasions where lots of people are going to be there, and you turn up and think you've suddenly overdressed.
So yeah, Mel, so I could jump in there as well. As your, what would be your best game, either playing or observing for Cobham, and worst game playing or observing for Cobham? In your time as both a player and administrator.
Okay. Best game is probably it is without a doubt. It was a It was a Surrey Cup game, probably about 15 years ago. Billy Davo was DOR at the time in his first stint, and he playing. And without a shadow of a doubt, I was the least able player on that squad. We had a guy called Simon Mills, who had played Sale in the back row. Another guy, Gav Hart, who'd been in the Quins setup. A number of guys who'd played at Esher. I think Disco, who even played for Queensland Reds. That we were. It was a talented side, and somehow, again, being a prop and through necessity, I'd made it into the starting lineup. Nice. And Sutton Epsom? No, correction. Sorry, we beat Cranley. No, that's wrong as well. We beat Cranley.
It's such a memorable game.
It's only the best game I've ever played in a watch.
Like, I was on a rugby field. There was these other guys, and then there were these other guys.
You were there.
You were there. Andy M, you were there.
Chris, give us some idea of, hours a week. How many hours a week do you think you spend working on behalf of the rugby club?
Oh, that's a good one.
Are my employers listening? It's hard to quantify. Probably, I guess, a minimum of 10. I guess, and that's not including match day.
Right. Okay.
That's even more than Miles spends in his shed.
Probably around that. It's technology's made, to an extent, made life easier, just in terms of reaching a wider number of players in a quicker time. I remember my first couple of seasons at Cobham when we'd get a letter through the post on a Thursday morning, which had the teams listed.
Yes, yeah, I remember it well.
Going to be, and I would say back then it made it much harder to pull out of playing as a player, because you'd literally have to pick up the phone and make some excuse as to why you weren't playing. Of course, it's just a message, and they don't need to quantify it or feel sheepish about it. So, it's so technology's helped to one extent. It's also I think hindered in another.
Right. Interesting.
Well, Mel, let's listen from all of us at the pod. Thank you for letting us help spread your message, and from everyone at the club, thanks for everything you do, because I know how difficult it is, and I feel like, when you text me on a Friday night, I was like, oh mate, I'm away. I'm gutted. I really want to keep playing. So anything that we can do as a pod or as a club to just keep it running, keep it moving.
Agreed. It's weird how good a Melt's text makes you feel, like you want it.
Oh my God. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Just a huge, huge, huge thanks for all the work you do in the background, pal. Yeah. And have a cracking Christmas from all of us.
What about
Club Legend? Club Legend.
Thank you very much. Good Christmas to you all.
That's a tough gig, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Absolutely.
It is.
You got to tread that line between, being a ball breaker.
You got to have thick skin.
You got to have thick skin. Yeah.
You just have to be meticulously organised.
Yeah, impossible. Is that your strength, Blissy? One of your strengths?
No, that's why I outsource it to Mel. This is why I know he has to be.
Should we break for an ad?
Ooh.
Should we now?
I don't know, I've read this one.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Who wrote this?
Let's go.
Who wrote this?
Pod, I mean,
yeah.
I don't know, but they weren't.
JK Snedling.
Right, yeah.
Reverb.
Sneds Annex ads always hit different.
Yeah.
Right. A pint, please. I am parched. Have you seen my mate Pete?
I'm new here, pal. Who's this Pete, mate?
Oh, wow, new character. Okay. He has a moustache like Magnum PI.
Aye, pal, that's him. I'll talk that about, but no, mate, no.
Open brackets. Blissy walks over. Close brackets.
Sorry. My good friend. I say, Blissy, my good friend. Won't you meet Sally? Sally, this is Blissy.
Nice to meet you, Blissy. Do join us.
Sally, what is going on with that voice? Have you had an aneurysm recently?
Is it because I look like I've got a stroke face? I'm from Wallington, and I'm here to watch my son play Chobham.
That explains why the eyes are pointing in different directions.
Correct. You're so beautiful. It seems as though I'm in the wrong place.
And being the good gentleman that I am, I saw Sally in some distress, and so I offered to buy her a drink.
And I said yes.
Pete,
Seems like such a lovely club.
Pete, which eye do you stand in front of if you want to tell her to buy some Billy Tong?
One man, one desire. This winter, Billy Tong's Biltong is the best choice for customers looking for a high-quality, protein-packed, delicious snack. Try Billy Tong's Biltong today and taste the difference for yourself. To buy online, simply go to billytong.com. You've got to check out the Christmas specials or come down to Cobham Rugby Club Bar.
That was difficult.
That was tricky. Technically complex, guys. I think we've done well.
Yeah. All this ad-libbing.
I feel like Sally's brother's her uncle.
Yeah.
Her family tree doesn't fork.
Yeah, so it's just lives up Wallingham with her mum and her sister. Yeah, same person.
My sister, my mother.
In all seriousness, I met Mr. Billy Tong today. Did I tell you that? I met Mark.
Nice.
He's on the school walk on the way back down the hill.
He's been in the lab creating something new for us, has he not?
He has. Curry,
Durban curry flavour.
Durban curry.
And I'll tell you,
sensational.
I'll tell you what, lads, you've not tried something until you've had a bunny chow. Mrs. Duncan will know. She's from Durban, and a bunny chow is where they take a loaf of bread or half a loaf of bread. They cut it two halves. They gouge out all the bread stuff, so you're kind of left with just the crust, and they just fill it with like a curried mince, whether it's lamb or something, and you just absolutely smash the thing in your face. So good. It is so good.
That sounds exceptional.
So that biltong's going to be delicious. I might get some.
I'm officially #interested.
Check out the wee Christmas boxes he's doing, by the way.
Yeah.
Get on the website and have a look. It's well worth doing. And I have brought with me some Billy Tong that I bought.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, did you bring some?
Yeah, I brought some. I've got some chili and some Kalahari.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Should we jump at the Cobham Review, lads?
The Cobham Review. Jingle jangle.
Right,
It's Christmas.
Ding!
talk us through the first 15 then. Yeah. Blissy.
Oh, Medway away. It's always a circle, always circled on the calendar to make plans for, really. No. Always a big day. It's a hell of a club out there. Kind of really community based, very kind of live, pretty hostile atmosphere when you go there. And they're a team that loves defending their home patch. So it was always going to be a bit of a hit up, and yeah, it absolutely was huge physical game. So I thought the boys really kind of laid a marker down. Took Medway like right to the 80 minutes. It was 15-0, but they managed to jimmy it around us and score on the last play left with a point for the log. But everyone was pretty down until the coach on the way back, and a nice merry sing song with the Medway fellas at theirs.
Oh, that's nice. Oh,
yes, it was very very good. They have a great clubhouse up there. All credit to them. Both teams did enough to win, but it was their day on Saturday. A few shout outs. Got to say, Will Springett, a youth academy product, who's been up in Durham. He's come back, or Cobham on Sea, and came back in time to get on the coach and come out of this. He had a good game and scored as well. Also, shout out to Ollie Alcorn, Will Hebbs, and Johnny Hudson for their first Cobham bus trip. I believe had all the playing squad and coaching team on the bus back on Saturday, and we did not waste the opportunity to have a quintessentially Cobham journey back with cheese and port and wine and various charcuterie ornaments.
You are having a giraffe. Is that right? Is that what goes on?
How
in the lunch
sophisticated,
bus?
Blissy.
Well, yes.
fun
How
bus.
very sophisticated.
Gone are the days of a
It
sippy
was,
cup.
it was
and a-
very, very Cobham. Yeah, no, I was. I think kind of one of the moments of the coach back on the way for me that can be shared over the airwaves was when we stopped off at a service station, and our head coach Billy found it incredibly funny as everyone was kind of like lining up to relieve themselves in the toilets in the service station. One of the boys got quite excited because there was a Leon at the service station, and he just thought that is so very common. The fact that we're not all looking for a McDonald's, we're going to go and get a Leon takeaway.
Is that Cobham Services?
It was not Cobham Services.
Yeah, it's-
No, Cobham Services would have had an M&S and some sort of like butler.
Waitrose.
Yeah, it was just, some sort of like butler run charcuterie board. That's right.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was a great day out. It was a great game of rugby. Yeah, we'll have to bloody well turn them over the next time we go.
Did we deserve more than a bonus point?
Me personally, I think either team could have easily won that game. We could have scored in the last minute. They could have scored in the last minute. Unfortunately, it fell to them. But it was a good game for the squad. I thought there were a lot of positives out there, and yeah, we'll carry that into our match against them this weekend.
Yeah.
Any first time fun buses have to do a mile back home?
There were, yes, just a couple, just the four. And Ryan for just because it's Ryan, really.
Well, he's the reason, and that's exactly the reason I got worst roommates on tour. Because he was just never at the bus when we were all on the bus.
Yeah, no, he has.
Roomie.
He does have that kind of remarkable ability to not be in the place where he's meant to be at the right time. He's spectacular. But no, he played very well, and we like Ryan.
Good man.
Oh, we're
Well
big
done.
fans, big fans.
Good.
Pete, did you watch the threes?
I
game?
did watch the threes.
Go on.
Yeah. Interesting game. Against Cranley, who didn't have enough players. They had about 4 or 5, then a few more, and we lent them some. And so it started off, was it 14 against 15, and then very rapidly 2 or 3 injuries. It was down to about 11 aside, and then ended up 10 aside. I mean, ridiculous, but absolutely brilliant to watch. Lots of running rugby with the Joyce twins in the centre. That was quite something to watch as well, father and son.
How many tries did they get?
I don't know how many tries they got, but the score...
Five between them.
5, was it? Okay.
Hold on.
The Joyce twins in the centre.
Yeah.
They both play front row.
No, senior Joyce and one of the Joyces.
Yeah.
So father and son played in the centre.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, there's so much space on the field. But, that's pretty impressive. He just needs to get on the field with both his sons now.
Yeah.
If you ask him as well, not if he's been working out, but if you ask him, how he is, he'll tell you he's been working out. So he's looking in great nick.
He's in good shape. Yeah.
Yeah, it was great to watch. Final score was 44-34, but a massive comeback in the second half. Podfather Sneed was out there tackling with his face again.
Good man.
That was all good to see.
So beautiful.
Well done, Podfather. What about the minis?
The minis. So training day for the minis on Sunday. I just want to take a moment to thank the parents who have volunteered.
Here.
The minis would not function without you. And to the parent coaches, some great feedback from the under-11s. There's a rumour that the under-10s have been listening to the pod. Blissy, you really will have to watch your language in future, mate. And not just Oscar Sneed. So a big shout out to the under-10s for working so hard today on Sunday. Some amazing effort in the Bone Crusher game with big hits being put in by Cameron Stewart, like father like son, apparently. Ollie Rule and Monty Hoare, and great handling by Jamie Courts and Jake Sackett. There's more the inevitable great leadership from Monty Cowell and Rory Rance, plus a big shout out to Jack Schofield for always playing with a smile, and a big fan of the pod, apparently. If your age group wants to feature, then write to us or WhatsApp Def Alex.
No audio notes.
Yeah, lovely. Good man.
Turning to the youth game, that's under 12s to under 18s, split into boys and girls teams. The under 12 boys, in the pool games that they played, we lost 1-0 to Canterbury. 1-0, is that a try? Like, are we just... you scored, okay, that's not like multiple points for a try.
Back to the olden days.
Yeah. Then beat RP2, which is, I'm assuming, a team of robots.
I'm going to hazard Roslyn Park. Oh, I could be wrong.
Score a try.
I will, yeah. Times 2.
Congratulations.
They beat them 4-0, so maybe it wasn't Roslyn Park. Then we were unlucky to lose to Barnes 2-1, having been 1-0 up and in control. That put us in the plate final, and we comfortably beat Hammersmith 5 or more to nothing, and then beat RP2 again 5-0 in the River Plate
well done.
final.
Well
Not
done.
the plate
Well
final.
done, boys.
Good work.
Yes.
Well done to the under 12s. That's
Yeah.
excellent. Put some names in here next time. We'll
Yes,
give the boys a
please.
shout.
Under 12s. Who do we shout for under 12s? Who's that?
Sned, don't you have an under 12?
Are you under 12s? Oh, is it Briggsy? Ewan.
Ewan.
Right,
Ewan.
Ewan.
Shout out Ewan.
Note to self, Ewan.
Come on, Ewan.
Yeah.
Get some names in. Under 13 boys.
And
were
a
away.
try is worth 5 points in future.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Under 13
7 with
boys
the conversion.
were
7 with the question.
away at Chobham. They fielded 2 mixed ability teams. It was a good lesson in attitude and teamwork, with one team winning quite comfortably and the other coming second rather comfortably also. The first team tackled for their lives, the other waited for their mates to do the rough stuff for them. I love that. That's excellent. All good lessons before the Waterfall Cup starts in the new year. Good luck, boys.
Good luck
Go
under
for it.
13s.
Absolutely go for it.
Yeah, right. So the under 15 boys travelled to Esher for their Surrey Cup final versus Cranley. We've never played them before, and playing on a mud bath with storms during play. It was horrendous weather that day. That there was a concern the conditions would favour the larger team, which wasn't Cobham, which is again surprising to hear. However, their perfect set-piece technique, committed tackling, combined with accurate and speedy breakdown tackling, led to many turnovers. Some strong gain-line breaks and the skill to spread the ball in the backs led to us taking the win 22 points to 10, so well done to the boys. No player of the match because they were all brilliant. Just like the Bath team versus Ulster, this quote was not by me. Both Bath fans play for the Vets.
That's Alex trying to caveat being the most massive Bath fan. Bath.
right.
Is there an R in there? Bath.
Birth.
Bath.
Okay, so under 18 girls played Pulborough, still awaiting the result.
They're still playing.
Well, it's a long game, isn't it?
Extra time.
They must be very tired. by now.
100-day test.
Congratulations to the combined Cobham and Effingham under 18 boys team, called the Elmbridge Barbarians, who won their Surrey Cup final 41-17 against Esher.
Yes,
And I
boys.
presume everyone has noticed the slightly dodgy-looking bloke in the picture online. Haven't they?
Yeah. He was like the John Terry of the picture. Is Rory the photo bombing?
Rory.
Right, okay.
Well done, Rory. Well done, boys.
Brian Blessed's love child. So get that right. So until now, the coach has paid for 2 qualified coaches, Harry with the under-15s and Spratty with the under-16s. Not that Spratty, the young one, Nathan.
Yeah, got it.
Yes.
We're pleased to be able to announce that a third qualified coach is joining us.
Awesome.
Brilliant. Hannah Luff joined the under-18 girls coaching team. Hannah used to play open side for Richmond, Sutton and Epsom, and I think Bristol. She also will be helping with the under-16 girls. Welcome, Hannah.
Yeah,
That's
well,
fantastic.
indeed.
Well done, Hannah. Is it Hannah?
Very nice.
Is it not Hannah that's been touch rugby on Wednesday night a couple of times? Hannah.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Well done, Hannah. Brilliant. And maybe just a wee shout out to Spratty Jr. for taking some time away for the under-16 boys to help the under-14 boys on Sunday. Even the boys themselves said it was great to have a coach of Spratty's ability, willing to spread the love.
Well done, Nathan.
Well done, pal.
Yeah.
Brilliant. It's that time. It's that time.
Yes.
I see.
Lapland.
I see large bags of gifts next to Mark Duncan.
Yes. Mrs. Duncan has been hard at work sending out messages and wrapping prezzies so that none of us know what anyone else has got for
All
anyone
right,
or
let's do it.
who anyone else has got. So I think the only question will be are we going to narrate what producer Mark and what Podfather Sneed get as their prezzies?
1,000%.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So I suspect I'll just start at the front here and we'll go with the smoothest voice.
Yeah.
The smoothest voice and that rhymes with Mick. See what I did there?
All right. So here we go. I tell you something. It's a lovely bag. Someone's outdone themselves with a bag.
I think that was Mrs. Duncan.
You hope so.
Now, inside
Crepe
said
paper?
bag is another bag.
Ooh. And on the front of that bag, there is
Something from the wine reserve.
Oh, brilliant.
Other shops available in Cobham High Street. Although this is my personal favourite.
we do support local businesses.
And gee whiz, guys, look at this. Gee whiz. Inside bag is a little can of Negroni.
That is a very little can.
A very little
It's like
can.
it's like 4 shots.
Like a
That's
shot
it, I
of
thought-
Negroni.
Well, they give you like a small tin of sardines or something.
If
What's
that's the
going on
case,
there?
There's a lovely. Oh, guy, look at this. A lovely bottle of. Gee whiz, look at this. A lovely bottle of 10% ale.
10%.
Good night, lads. Lovely. Lovely to you.
Me
I know.
remembering the end of the pod.
And a wonderful book of the stuff it's. A wonderful book called. Actually, when I saw it, I thought it said Baking with Stephen, but instead it says Baking with Seaman.
Because you used to be in the Navy, Nick. Nick.
Yeah, I forgot about that. And
For a brief, beautiful
quite
moment.
tremendous air freshener for the car that I will open up now so that you can all see it, but I don't think I can explain what it looks like due to
It's a very well recognizable large
chap.
Yeah,
who's
chap.
Oh,
Sat.
don't put it near your nose.
Smells delicious. So that is
Sat.
incredibly thoughtful.
on the side of a bed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's on the side of a bed
Yeah. Let's go
with another large chap.
Yeah.
with his immediate friend. Let's go with Podfather Sneed. Podfather Sneed has got some nice Christmas tree wrapping there.
Yeah.
And what has he got? He's got the Big Fat Quiz 2023.
Well done.
Yes.
Excellent.
You know,
I'm sure there's a Cobham RFC section in there somewhere.
There will be.
yeah, absolutely. Okay, so I think we'll go. Should we go Blissy?
Yeah.
Let's go Blissy.
Oh, why ever not?
Did you see me pass? I
flexible.
passed something.
That was lovely. One hand
Couple of
out the back. The wrapping is really something.
Magnificent.
It
isn't
is.
it?
It is so much better than
Yeah.
anything I can do. Oh, so I have a Gruffalo notebook.
Go with your t-shirt,
passport
mate.
holder and luggage tag. I am going to Minnesota over New Year's, so that will make absolutely sure that the Department of Homeland Security don't lose my luggage. And actually, very, very lovely leather-bound notebook with "To travel is to live" on the front of it.
Oh, brilliant! That's quite a thoughtful gift.
Yeah,
There we go.
Very thoughtful.
Yeah.
with a nice little plain kind of hole. I'm not sure what you call these, but it's very, very nice. So thank you, Santa.
Well done, Santa. Brilliant.
Okay. This is producer Mark.
This is producer Mark.
Producer Mark, you have this.
Oh. Again, I've never known such good rapping before. What's happening?
Yes, rapping was
Gen
amazing.
Z rapping.
Yeah, that is.
I'm a millennial, actually.
Oh, is that? Is it not the same thing? Oh, okay.
No, and for those out there, yeah. Last year you can be a millennial is 1996.
Right.
First year you can be Gen Z is 1997. So I'm as young as a millennial
Yeah.
as possible to be.
knows too much about
Yeah.
this.
Oh, that's brilliant. What is it? What is it? What is it?
Cake.
It's a panettone.
Panettone.
The awesome thing is that he has to eat that whole thing by himself without any liquid.
By the end of the night.
As dessert after dinner.
I'll get my stopwatch out.
That is worse than the Pringle challenge that Frisbee is so good at.
It's like, don't threaten me with a good time.
Okay, all right. Shall we go with Pete?
Oh, thank you very much.
This is
That's a big one.
that's what she said.
We're here all week.
Look at the size
Rugby
of that.
has flipping laws, not rules.
Oh,
Thank you
that's
very
nice.
much.
That's nice. That's a good book.
That is
Yeah.
right up your Strasser.
That's it.
That is right up your street, huh?
I would like.
What else did you get?
That'd be a very good book.
Incontinence pants. Thanks very much, lads.
Some adult nappies. Good job.
That's really kind.
Maybe just double check the size.
If I put a pair on now, I won't have to break to go to the lavatory halfway through the pod.
Why would somebody give you that, Pete?
I've really absolutely no idea.
Okay, well, Duncan's going to open his. He's also got some nice... I'm narrating myself in the third person. Christmas tree wrapping paper.
First sign of madness, pal. Go on, let's have a look.
What do we got here? Oh, somebody knows me. Keep calm. I have a spreadsheet for that.
There you go.
There's a surprise.
Absolutely
Good.
correct.
Well done.
And some Christmas-themed Oddballs underwear.
Gee whiz.
Which will now become my match underwear. So, you guys enjoy all throughout.
Well done.
Do you have a spreadsheet for that?
I did not. I will now. I'm going to be like number of pairs of Christmas underpants. 1. Equals 1.
Times worn, 52.
Right.
Wonderful. Thank you, Santa.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was brilliant.
Yeah, thanks very much, Santa.
Yes.
How about a wee Surrey? Just dive into some of the other Surrey results then.
Yeah.
So we obviously, it was Medway 22, Cobham 15.
Certainly was.
Any others? Pete, I'm going to point to you,
Yeah,
pal.
I just want to shout out actually to a member of the Braemar All Stars, Kevin and Margaret Walters. Kevin wrote a very nice email. He wrote to Paul Hubbard to say thank you for the newsletters that Paul sends out, but he also said this: I listen each week to that other godsend to Cobham supporters at a distance. Like me, the Cobham podcast. Do encourage the boys who participate in the podcast to continue to do so. I so much enjoy the banter every week.
Oh, there you go.
That's thanks very much, Kevin. Thanks for the feedback. I'm really glad you're enjoying it. Hope the shoulder is better soon, and we see you at the club.
Does he prop?
Yeah. Do you play prop?
Are you available this
turn out on the
Friday?
He
on
might have done a
15.
while ago. I don't know. So also some quite interesting results. If only I could find my notes. Here we go. So interesting. The Medway result, quite a turnaround because we beat them 10-65
Yeah,
in September.
yeah, I saw
So
that.
well done. Full marks to them. They've got their season back on track. Beckenham 22, Sutton and Epsom 26. So they've lost 2 in a row now. Beckenham still top, but maybe having a little wobble there. Don't know. Battersea beat Sidcup 18-16. Now Sidcup won their first game last week, I think. So they're clearly putting up more of a fight now too. That's good for them. Old Elanians 33, Gravesend 7. And then Old Regations 43, London Cornish 27. So that's Richie Andrews, former Cobham captain and player, who coaches Old Regations. So I'm looking forward to seeing him down at the club.
Nice.
And a head-to-head with friend of the pod, Dick on Moon.
Yeah. And then Reeds back to winning ways, 47 versus Old Colfians, who scored 17. So
It's quite a big result, isn't it?
yeah, it is. It is a turnaround for them. So Beckenham first, Battersea second, Old Regations up into third, and Cobham at the moment 9th, game in hand. So looking for a couple of wins in the next couple of games. There we go.
Got it. What about outside of Surrey then? So today was, I beg your pardon, sorry, last weekend was...
Well, the European fixture.
Yeah.
The return
I've
of
get- yeah.
the Champions Cup.
Well, there was a point you pinged me to, at one point. I think all the URC teams were 0
They were losing,
from
yeah,
5,
yeah,
right?
yeah. They did not do all that great. Actually, did the numbers. I brought all my notes in spreadsheet format.
Good man.
Supposed to PG writes his out.
You must have been cool in school, Duncan.
I was in the computer science class, and I did add math. So yeah, pretty cool.
Everyone in Dungeons and Dragons Club loved me.
Yeah, absolutely. So just breaking it down by league, the Prem won 80% of their games this weekend. All the teams play in Europe, so all 10 Prem sides, all 14 top 14 French sides, all 16 USC sides, and 2 non-league sides. So that's the Black Lions from Georgia and the Cheetahs from South Africa. Prem, 8 out of 10 wins. URC, 9 out of 16 losses. So 6 wins and a draw, so 38% poor. Top 14, 36% poor. Just nobody really shining except the Prem. If you break it down by country, so where the teams came from, England, obviously, because that is the Prem, 80%. South Africa, 80%. Wales, 50%. You were saying they stink. They did better than France. France, 36. Ireland, 25. Scotland lost everything. Italy lost everything.
More
Georgia
teams
lost
from
everything.
France, though. Do you have on your master spreadsheet how many English teams played at home? Because I think that may have
1, 2,
fairly sizable thing to do.
3, 4, 5. Half of them.
Half of them.
Yeah.
So 3 away
yeah.
wins in the Champions Cup for
Yeah.
the English sides.
It is round 1, so I think once we've gone through a few rounds and we get to the sharp end of the tournament, the cream should rise to the top.
Yeah.
So this is obviously based off of a sample size of 1, but it was good to watch. There were lots and lots of tries.
Could say a lot of points scored, and the games where there weren't many points scored, incredibly intense.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It was fantastic. 121 tries in the first round.
You are joking me.
Wow.
Yeah, so averaging 3 tries a game.
Lots of cards too.
Yeah.
I think 12 or 13 yellows.
Okay.
1 red at least. Yeah.
No bunker?
Billy?
Nothing like that? No bunker?
No.
No, nothing else.
I don't think they're
no
doing it.
contentious bunker reviews. Yes.
Yeah.
What about any
They
results?
figured it out, maybe.
Any results kind of take your eye?
I thought Glasgow Northampton
Yeah.
was a cracking game. And Tommy Freeman, again, outside centre, previously played on the wing, I think, and full back, looking fantastic at outside centre.
Yeah, no, I think, moving from that, Pete, Harlequins, Northampton have put in 2 performances against 2 very, very good teams where they have looked very much in control for all the weeks. I feel like Saints for the last couple of seasons have been organised chaos or not unorganised chaos. Like anything can happen. They can beat anyone. They can also lose to anyone. But this Saints team looks very, very different. This Saints team seems to have taken all the attack that I've forgotten what he's called, but their old head coach used to coach Hurricanes, who's now left. He seems to have taken all the attacking flair and pizzazz from him and added a very, very nasty defence around it. Because especially in the first half, Glasgow had no attack going, and Glasgow can attack and score points against anyone.
Yeah.
So that was a real result for me.
Pouring rain and just some great handling right throughout the game, which is quite incredible.
Yeah.
And it tipped down.
It's a fake pitch, though. It's 4G, right?
It is 4G,
Yeah,
and
Glasgow.
but a wet ball is a wet ball.
Yeah.
Outside that, I think
I thought
the Leinster La Rochelle game.
Yeah.
Leinster finally beating La Rochelle in Europe for the first time in a game that was low scoring, but
one
had
try.
had a lot to watch.
It was brutal. Brutal game of rugby.
Really brutal game of rugby. Welcome to Europe, Jacques Niebuhr.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably not easy.
I thought the Stormers did pretty well against Leicester, considering it was their B team and a lot of youngsters. They didn't send any of their main side out, so they pushed Leicester, really far.
Why wouldn't they send the boys in?
I think you pick your battles in the URC. I think that there's so many games that what ends up happening. I mean, teams make it through with 3 or 4 wins into the next round, and then it really starts to matter. So I think you just pick your battles. You're I want to win my home matches, and then I just need to keep my away matches close, and you're through.
If they're picking their battles, who's in the Stormers' pool then? Because that'll be if they say look, Leicester at Welford Road, hardest game of the pool. We'll send the young boys out, see if they can get a point or 2. Who else have they got to play?
Well, now you've got me. Let me Google that for you.
Right.
We'll come back. But
The
then
Bath Ulster game was good, and
Yeah.
Ollie Lawrence Again, outstanding. So I'm thinking, if Steve Borthwick doesn't pick Freeman and Lawrence in the centre, he should go home, give up, because it's so obvious.
It's almost as if he's got the best fly half in the world playing inside him.
Yeah.
How bizarre.
Well, it does make
And
a
not
difference.
Henry Arundel now, as it turns out, outside him.
No.
So hold on. So Arundel said in the news. So and that's Arundel now never playing for England. Check.
That's Arundel not playing for England until 2026, but I will be interested to see if Snyman goes to Bath.
Okay.
So at one point it was Arundel and Snyman, and then the Mark Duncan of Bath Rugby probably looked at the spreadsheet and went, that's probably going to be a massive violation of the salary cap. So we can't have them both.
That assumes that the RFU maintain the rule they've got at the moment, which is madness. Okay, and I think lots of people think that. Let him play in France. Why is that a problem?
Oh yeah, no, yeah. I think he has made exactly the right decision. Like playing at Racing Metro, you got the World Cup winning Springbok captain there. You've got Stuart Lancaster, who probably not the best head coach in the world, but definitely a fantastic player developer. Like in Paris, surrounded by a team of all stars, in probably the best domestic league in the world. Fill your boots there.
Yeah,
I'd come back. Still maybe be available for the Lions, perhaps as a bolter.
Yeah, I completely agree. And we said it on the last podcast. But I heard that Snyman's going to go to the Stormers.
Really?
He's on £600,000-700,000 a year. So it's really got to be a team that has the space in their budget to pay for that.
And the Stormers have that?
I think they do, but I think that. The British teams, the English teams don't have the space for Snyman. So
and that was why I was amazed that they were both linked at the same time.
Yeah, no,
it's like
right.
Like one of them was a bit of I mean, for me, I thought pick a team in France.
I think with Arundel, if he comes back to the Prem, there are concessions that you get for English trained youngsters that you actually get sort of like cap space effectively for that, and so that there are like some criteria. Just back to your point, 1 second, Mick, is the Stormers are in the same pool as Leinster, La Rochelle, Leicester, Sale, and Stade Francais. So that is brutal. Yeah,
That is a pick your battle pool.
that is a pick your battle pool. Yeah.
Any other?
Yeah, Quinn's
Racing.
Right, last one. Go on, talk us through that, because that looks like an absolute belter.
The cracker. I went. What a stadium! Just unbelievable.
So, mate, give us the whole shenanigans. Give me the whole shebang.
So it's they put all sorts of events. So it's got a roof. It's not a roof that opens. It's just got a roof. 20 degrees. I think they maintain a temperature in there. It's just fantastic. Amazing stadium and a fantastic game of rugby. Lots of attacking rugby, lots of great handling, 4 tries each, 4 conversions each. So it was actually what made the difference was Marcus Smith's 45-metre drop goal. Just a stunning game. And Quinn's fronted up again. I think when Saracens gave them a bit of a beating a couple of weeks ago, they very quickly got their act together against Northampton, and they did it again on Sunday night. Absolutely tremendous all-round performance. I know Marcus Smith was outstanding, but nobody let them down. Everybody fronted up, and they were under huge pressure, particularly in the last 2 minutes, on their own line. And the defence was out of this world. So a fantastic all-round performance. I'd like to thank Paul Hubbard for the terrible red wine hangover that he forced on me. I was quite happy on the beer, but I got bullied into the Vin Rouge.
I can't remember. What is it? Wine before beer?
Tastes queer. Beer before wine tastes fine.
Okay.
Yeah, well, that's what I did, but it didn't work.
No.
It's clearly nonsense.
It's definitely not your fault there.
Quinn's
Vicious rumour.
do enjoy a game of I'll score one more.
Yeah.
That's like, so it's interesting to hear that they fronted up defensively at the end. I mean, it was four tries each. It was a drop goal that made the difference, right?
Yeah.
And what a drop goal.
Yeah.
Was it? It was pretty decent.
Loading up. Said George Ford, he's changed the game. No one had drop kick before him.
Yeah. There was no Yanni De Beer, there was no Stransky, no Wilkinson.
Never heard of them.
Who was it? Zinzanbrook, Larkham.
Larkham.
Well, it was he's just retired. Was incredible. South Africa and outside centre, massive, huge hair.
Oh, Francois Steyn.
Maybe.
Yeah, he's had drop goals from like 60.
He can hit a ball.
Yeah. Like his, I think it was like his first game for like Bayonne when he was in France, and he was like 20, just lined on up from 60 metres out and knocked it over, and everyone's kind of like, pretty sure there's a rule against that here.
Not unlike Owen Ashton's drop goal.
It just keeps getting further and further. The myth is
he was still inside the changing rooms when he kicked it.
Yeah.
How about the Cob mailbag? There's a wee question that came in about looking back at 2023. Just give two of your rugby moments, or one of your rugby. Just give us your top one rugby moment from the whole year.
Sia Khaleesi lifting the World Cup.
Okay, that was easy. What was your... I'll give you mine, by the way, while you guys are all thinking, because it's kind of... I've popped it on you. Name of your right winger, not Colby, other guy in South Africa, when he caught the ball.
Edrins?
Yes, and he just caught the ball,
yeah.
and he just did the old sign for the scrum, please.
Oh, no, that was Willemse. He was playing fullback, and he caught the ball.
Willemse caught the ball and just put his fist together and went, scrum, please. I thought.
The only thing I thought there was like
ridiculous.
All of his forwards going, I hate Damien Willemse.
Tough on this.
As an English fan, I reckon the highlight was... I mean, the moment for me was seeing Ben Earl make like the 60-metre line break against Fiji to kind of ice that game and make it very, very clear that we were going to go further than any other Northern Hemisphere nation in the World Cup, therefore making us the best one.
Yeah.
And
don't remember that moment.
The tallest dwarf.
Yeah. The tallest short guy is king over everything he sees, and north of the equator, that's what we are right now.
Look at Pete. Pete is scouring through his notebook.
He's got like big love hearts around things. Here, this is the one.
He's got it.
Looking forward to putting my pants on.
Love you guys.
One game, Portugal. I can't remember who they played now in the World Cup.
Portugal, Georgia,
Fiji, Australia.
Yeah. No, that was the 17 all game, the 18 all game, the draw.
Yeah.
Or when they beat Fiji, because that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, new favorite moment when the Portuguese hooker found himself in the backfield against Fiji with like no one round him, and he just spirals perfect bomb out like just outside Fiji's 10 metre line, and everyone's just like, this guy, he needs to he needs to be interviewed, and whatever he's doing, we need to do it.
Yeah, I think Portugal were a bit of a revelation in the World Cup, and I think it was great to watch an emerging nation. And now we'll be playing South Africa in South Africa.
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant.
Amazing.
Did you see their best player, Juan Martin, has gone to Saracens? He is their open side. He was fantastic.
He was the guy, wasn't he, that was making it?
That is a good
nice
signing. That's a proper good signing.
How about the super mega hard quiz, lads?
Yeah.
Super mega hard Christmas quiz.
Sorry, thank you. I was been looking for some kind of sleigh bells to ring, but
Our Father's Need.
Yeah.
Any bells in here that we?
Yeah, we just nothing. There's some. They're pretty good. Tubular bells. Yeah. So here we go.
No.
Dialing in all the way from, and he's been very patient, mostly because I was quite late, is young Murph. Hello, pal. How you doing?
Yes, Murphy. President of the Cob and Ginger Society.
Yes. Last few years.
We can't hear you, Murph.
Yeah, we do not have audio.
Mark, can you unmute him? Is he?
It's on his side.
Yeah. It was Mark. It was producer Mark. He is. Murph, try again. Mark,
his first mistake of the season.
And it's a big one.
Producer Mark is 6 pints down. Can you hear us, pal?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, Murph.
Thank you for having me. Nice to join you.
How you doing?
Very well, thank you. Yeah.
Mate, where are you? From where? You look like you're inside some sort of cavern. From where I look.
I'm in my little sauna, my little log cabin at the back of the garden.
Built with your own fair hands, I'm sure.
Nah, I can't claim that. Mate, I've moved up in the world. I'll play at Cobham now. I've got something to build it.
Murph, for folk that don't know you, give us a sense of who you are and a bit of background.
So I've been at Cobham maybe, I think, about 5 years now. I bit of an elder statesman of the team, I guess. Still clinging on to be playing some first team rugby. And I kind of moved down this way, like I say, about 5-6 years ago. Needed to find a club that was around roughly the right level that I could still just about manage. And as soon as I walked into Cobham and saw, for the first time ever in a rugby club, on the board was charcuterie board that was up for lunch. This is a place for me.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, on the topic of charcuterie, you know why we're here. We're going to ask you some increasing levels of questions, increasing difficulty levels, for hopefully some bags of billy tongue that I'll bring with me on Wednesday up to training. You happy, Murph?
Let's go. Yeah.
Right.
We're ready to rock and roll.
So, I don't know who wrote the questions. This was a question from last week. So if you listened to Porter last week, you would maybe know this. So I'm going to start with: in which U.S. state is the city of Nashville?
Tennessee.
Yeah.
Murph, it's Pete. This is question 2. What is a honky tonk?
Noun.
Honky tonk.
Yeah.
Honky tonk. Is that refer to a kind of song?
Or it's like the Black Lion in Surbiton.
Ooh. Oh yeah, that was my proper answer, was a pub.
Yes, there it is. Blissy.
Right. Hang on. Let me get back on the notes as they've managed to shut themselves. Hang in there, Murph.
We've done this before, Murph, I promise.
Yeah. It might not sound like it.
Yeah.
Right. So, Murph, in what part of the body would you find the cruciate ligament?
Wasn't that a spell of Harry Potter?
Yeah.
Yeah, cruciate is in your leg, isn't it?
Yes.
It is indeed in your leg.
Brilliant. Good stuff.
We'll give him that. We'll give him that. I mean, any wider, would you say it's in your body?
It's in the top bottom half.
Should we go knee?
Yeah, knee. You get a few of them, don't you? So here we go. What is the name of the 1976 film about the Watergate scandal starring Robert Redford and Dustin Hoffman?
Oh. No, not going to get that.
Oh, I think this is tough, actually.
Yeah.
Is this one of yours, Podfather?
How about you just fill in the missing word there? Mick, why don't you give him the just skip that one word?
Which one do you want me to skip?
Or the third one.
All right, all the somethings men.
Kings.
Well, that's the song. That's the nursery rhyme.
Try the American version of a king.
Yeah, all the presidents.
We are
First time.
We are way too generous on this quiz.
Right.
This one's right up your street.
Yeah.
Which legendary surrealist artist is famous for painting melting clocks? As clocks, there's an L.
What?
You've skipped one.
You've also missed a question.
Air freshener if he leaves it on too hot in the car.
Yeah.
Sorry, I did miss one.
Is that Picasso?
Rhymes rhymes with Marley.
Oh, Dolly.
Yes, there he is.
Well done. Do you guys want to swap? Pete, do you want to take Duncan's one?
You take my one.
This is for 3 bags of biltong, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Which I picked up today.
So, Murph, I think this is the last question. Which city are Dolly Parton,
Yes.
Kings of Leon, Miley Cyrus, Taylor Swift, and Sheryl Crow all from?
Is that true, by the way? All of them? Amazing.
Musical city, that.
Amazing. Of course it is. Yeah.
Imagine how much you're going to have to play drums in Nashville, Mick.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ellie Palmer, is she from? From Nashville.
Duncan.
I'm sorry.
Also Nashville.
Duncan would be a terrible member of the KGB. From all of us at the pod, Murph, thanks very much.
Yeah,
pal.
thanks,
yeah.
Mick.
Thank you,
Cheers.
Mick. Good man.
Cheers, lads.
What's coming up? So we'll dance over this. So Friday night, we've got our vets are now going to go to Vandals and play. I'm just trying to see if I can find a babysitter for that one. Sorry, Miles. Ones and two. So ones and twos are both at home at the same time. By the way.
Yes.
Did you realise this? Okay, so the ones are going to play.
Saturday,
On,
we are on the ones and twos.
so you're on the ones are on the AGP.
Ones on the AGP.
Okay,
Probably.
Twos will be in the big pitch,
Probably.
and I think it's broadly the same time, isn't it? It's kind of half
the
one and half two.
two's kicking off at 1 o'clock now, so that they can come across and behave themselves very nicely on the sideline.
Right.
The second half.
I love that. So if you're stuck in something to do on a Saturday afternoon in Cobham,
Yeah. No one has plans on the 16th
Well-
of December on a Saturday in Cobham.
And
No
I think
one.
It's an important game, right? Who you play?
Yeah.
Well, again, it's against them.
Them.
Them
Them
lot.
from just up the road.
Yeah, them from down the road.
have we bought in some pasties for them too?
No. They don't like pasties.
Okay, fine.
They really don't like pasties.
Just checking. I was talking to someone about that the other day. All right, Sunday. Under 14 girls are playing for a trophy. The annual battle of the age.
Bad blood in that one.
Listen to this, by the way. The Chobham ladies, under 14 girls, won it last year, took the inaugural wooden H and burnt it and stuck it into a cup. This is good. It says brackets,
God.
see image below. That doesn't work on a podcast. Going to be a brilliant morning of friendly competitiveness and fun. But that doesn't matter as long as we win. So that'd be good on Sunday.
God, they're playing for the Ashes.
They are playing for the
The
Ashes.
hashes.
The Ashes.
There she
See what he did
goes.
there?
That's
There
lovely,
she
that.
goes. So the something was cancelled. Duncan, what's going on Friday the 22nd?
Friday the 22nd of December versus Isha. 7:45 p.m. kickoff away. That's not us, is it?
That is the under 22s.
Under 22.
got it.
So yeah, that's the next gen.
Away
They've-
at Isha will now be 3 40-minute games in a trifecta of Isha, Cobham,
I
and
see.
Old Ruts.
That's a good idea.
Feel you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, and something new, something revitalised is the Boxing Day
Yes.
Bash.
It is indeed.
Which are you here for that?
Yeah.
Are you, Blissy, are you going to put any? Is that
Certainly
a sort of
am.
thing? Right,
Take
Pete?
the field.
No, I
Pete,
should
can
be in
you-
Hereford, unfortunately.
You're not going to put your.
I don't mean that. I mean, fortunately, girls. Obviously, I'm really looking forward to seeing you.
Not going to put your
Do
nappies
they-
on and
do they
jump
listen?
out the
Yeah.
pitch.
You can watch the whole game if
That'll
you
be
wear one of
brilliant.
those.
Cobham All Stars versus Surrey Oaks on Boxing Day in the afternoon up at the club. Sounds brilliant.
Yes.
All right.
Zed. Get out, get down to the club. You've gone. So again, it's an excuse to get out and watch some sport / play some sport
Okay.
on Boxing Day.
Run off all that Christmas overindulgence.
Hell yeah. So that's us, guys. That's us for 2023. What started as a let's give this a bash has turned into a 14 episode monstrosity.
Yeah.
Yeah. With a shared
thought?
Google
Who would have
with a
thought?
Who
shared
would have
Google
thought?
Drive
Yeah.
note document.
That is
Exactly.
400 pages long now.
It is.
Yeah. And Mark's not even started including spreadsheets yet.
Those are for special occasions.
What's left for us to do then, lads? Just maybe wish each other a very Merry Christmas and
Let's do that.
have a
Yeah.
wonderful New Year.
Yeah.
Thanks to everyone for
Very
listening.
Absolutely.
Thanks to producer Mark. It's been a Mark Marie production. Thanks to Podfather Sneed for guiding us, challenging us, leading us. To Blissy, to Duncan, to Pete.
And to
Thanks.
Mick.
Thanks,
And
lads.
to Mick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
Well, and
helming this pirate
And
ship.
Def Alex. Def Alex
Oh,
does
man.
stuff behind the scenes for us too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll see you bright and fresh next year.
Rugby is the winner.